What's going on, y'all? This is Eric Zapata with Eric Zapata Fitness, and today I got 7 ways to help your child lose weight. I'm gonna be giving you tips from my own personal weight loss success story. When I was just 11 years old, I lost 40 pounds. That's a lot of weight for a young boy to take upon himself to lose, and I'm gonna give you the best tips that I possibly can to help your child out. Let's dive into the content. Number 1, it starts with you. You have to be a good example for your child. It doesn't matter if you're on the heavier side or if you're in relatively good shape yourself. It is so important for you to lead the way for your child. Remember, our kids are gonna do what we do and say what we say. We are their superheroes. They look up to us. It's so important that you have good, healthy habits as far as your nutrition and your exercising to lead the way for them, because what's gonna happen is I don't want them to go through what I went through when I was just 11 years old and I had to lose that 40 pounds. You know, it's just a critical time, whether they're in elementary school, middle school, or even high school. You know, it's a time where you start to develop your self-esteem, or you don't develop it. And what happened was, when I was in middle school and I decided to lose that weight, is because I lacked major confidence. I had to wear, you know, t-shirts in the swimming pool, and I had, you know, Mr. Zapata, can you take your shirt off? And I'm like, no, because all my crushes are in the pool. It sucked, and I felt so insecure. I had these little jelly rolls and man boobs. Besides just the whole confidence part and the self-esteem, it's more so just about your general health. So it's so important that we help them have healthy habits on early on, so it becomes part of their lifestyle, and they carry that on like I've carried on since I was 11 years old, and they can hand that on to their children as well. So number 2, start slow and just make better choices. Some examples of things that I used to do back in the day was, instead of drinking all the soda like the Pepsi and Coke, I would switch to Diet Pepsi. For someone like, oh, you know, Splenda causes cancer, then just drink water. But, you know, other than that, I would have like sugar-free Kool-Aid packets to just stop drinking all that sugar. Another thing is, instead of like white bread, I would start eating wheat bread. Instead of ham, I would have turkey. For snacks, I'd have vegetables and fruits. Instead of like, you know, Ben & Jerry's ice cream, I'd have something similar to like a Halo Top, like a low-fat ice cream. So that's an idea of how I started slow to make better choices. Number 3, do your absolute best to keep the junk food out of the house. If you don't buy it, they're not gonna eat it. That goes for all the frozen pizzas, the chicken nuggets, the burritos, things like that. You know, you don't wanna deprive them fully. Like, make sure they still get a snack that they like, whether it be fruit or that low-fat ice cream I was talking about before, or like low-fat cupcakes, but make sure you're limiting their portion size and make it feel like a nightly reward after having a good day of eating healthy and making good choices. Going hand in hand with the last one, we're gonna move into number 4, and that's limiting your portion size at dinner. I was that kid where I would go ahead and have 3, sometimes even 4 plates of my mom's cooking. You gotta stop that. You gotta say, sweetie, honey, you're getting 1 plate at dinner and you're done. Same thing goes for whenever we ordered out, say it was pizza. I would be that kid, had no problem eating 5, 6, or 7 pieces of pizza. Honey, you're getting 2 pieces and you're absolutely done. Number 5, encourage them to be active and get into sports. See, when I started to gain all that weight, is because I was sitting around too much. I was playing video games, I was getting addicted to watching TV, I was just sitting around. I wasn't doing nothing outdoors with my friends. Especially now, this day and age, with all the YouTube, the social media, every kid has an iPhone or iPad. It is so vital that you jump in and say, hey, give me that. Time to go play, get on a sports team or something. And on top of that, make sure that if you can, encourage them to kind of build some strength and muscle, depending on how early they are, but at least some push-ups, some body weight dips, and like air squats. That way they can build some kind of muscle, because what's gonna happen is I don't want them to lose all this weight and then become skinny fat, which I had to go through at an early age too, and that's another problem that I had to fix. So just make sure that you're encouraging some kind of strength training. Number 6, I recommend weekly measurements and or weigh-ins. It just keeps them accountable. It keeps them looking forward to results. You know, I used to weigh myself every single day. I don't expect y'all to do that with your kids. It's kind of obsessive. It is cool to see every single week, like, hey, you know, you wrapped a little measurement around it. Baby, look at your stomach's getting smaller. Baby, look at you lost 1 pound. You lost a half a pound. Either way, they see that it's working, and it's gonna be encouraging for them to go ahead and keep progressing and moving on with their little weight loss journey. And you might be thinking, well, it's too early to be doing, you know, measurements and weigh-ins. I don't want to consume their mind with that. That's if you don't want to get results. But I remember when I was that age and I started to lose that weight, I loved weighing in and doing my measurements, because it showed that the things that I were doing and all the hard work that I was putting in was actually working, or not working sometimes. So we'll piggyback off the last one. It's time to reward them and celebrate with them. I remember every single Saturday, I would take my little measurements, I'd weigh in, and my mom would take me out to a dinner and a movie, a cheat meal of my choice. And what it was basically a reward for my consistency, my discipline, eating healthy, working out. And I just remember every single Saturday, you know, looking forward to being able to go have a cheat meal of my choice. And that always kept me consistent in my little health and fitness journey at an early age. All right, so I hope these tips were very insightful for you and can help you lead your child in the right direction so that they can start to lose some weight. You know, I can't explain how important this part of my journey in life was for me. When I was just 11 years old and I lost that weight, it taught me everything about dedication, discipline, determination, structure, and it has molded me into the man that I've become, not just with my health habits, but my personal success. It taught me that if I really want something in life, I can literally work hard, be disciplined, structured, and go get whatever I want in life. And I want your kids to experience the exact same thing.